Hello. Hopefully you can hear and see me. This is just a quick message to tell you that Dynamic Range Day is happening this year. Um, Honestly, I wondered whether I should run it. I wondered whether I should do it. Uh, with everything that's going on, with all this craziness with the virus, I don't know how things are where you are, but the schools are now closed here in the UK. So who knows what's going on. I thought maybe people wouldn't kind of have the bandwidth. They wouldn't want to take the time to get involved with this. Um, but I put a message on the Facebook page asking people what they thought, and it was overwhelmingly a yes, that I should be running the event this year. So I am. So it's going to be on Friday, the 27th of March. That is this Friday. And I guess I should, well, so if you haven't heard of Dynamic Range Day before, it's a online event intended to raise awareness of the issue of the loudness wars, how all the music we listen to, or most of the music we listen to these days, is being pushed louder and louder in an attempt to make it stand out for the crowd or sell more copies, all these kind of ideas. And the truth is, none of them really hold up to scrutiny. There's no real evidence that anybody prefers super loud, super high level, super crushed music. People do like an intense, aggressive sound in some genres. That's okay, but it doesn't mean that it has to be super loud at the mastering stage. And particularly now that online streaming services are turning down loud songs to avoid customer complaints, super loudness in an attempt to stand out or kind of match everything else makes less and less sense. So it's, as I say, it's an online event. So we share memes, we share blog posts, we share videos, and just try and make as much noise as possible about the issue of the loudness war and dynamic range, to try and help make more people aware of this issue. And we're going to do this year, even though we're all self-isolating, and normally I'm encouraging people to maybe get together in the real world and, see some actual people, wear some t-shirts, whatever it might be. Maybe this year that isn't going to happen so much. What's actually happening, the honest truth is, I don't know. Normally I spend the week or two prior to the event planning what's going to happen, and the events of the last few weeks, the last month, have thrown all of that completely off track. So the webcast will be happening. Usual time, 10:30 p.m., 10:30 p.m. UK time. And hopefully I might have some interesting guests on that to kind of talk around this stuff. It's actually been, so the first Dynamic Range Day was 2010, and now we're here in 2020. So that's 11 years have passed. Felt like something of a watershed, and maybe we should kind of try and sum up what's happened in those 10 years. Are we any forward? Are we further back? Is it better? Is it worse? That kind of thing. So that's what I have in mind. Hopefully I will also do some live streams at other times in the day leading up to that. Last year I interviewed some friends and talked to them about loudness and dynamics and how they influence them. That was really good fun. And hopefully I'll be able to do something similar this year. I hope to be sharing memes. Maybe I'll put out some new content. I don't know if I'll have time to put anything else together this week, but there's a ton of other resources on the website already that you guys can dig into and share if you would like. Let me look at my notes. Let me put my glasses on. The award will be happening. So every year I give an award to a fantastic sounding mainstream popular album that has great dynamics. I think my choice last year proved to me maybe slightly too esoteric for some people, despite the involvement of a ton of big names. But there's a bunch of great suggestions for that already. Normally at this point, I would already have decided who the award winner was, but again, things have not gone entirely to plan. So that means you can get involved. Feel free to send me your suggestions of great mainstream current releases that have great dynamics. If you're into measuring stuff, that means that the overall loudness must be -11 LUFS or lower. but that doesn't matter if you don't know what that means or how to measure it. Just feel free to send your suggestions in. I'm happy to look at them. I'm always excited to discover new stuff that is mastered with great dynamics and help spread the word about that. So the award will be happening. As I say, I'll try and do some live streams during the day, and there will be the live stream in the evening where I announce the award and hopefully have some guests. I will also going to try and do live streams like this each day this week, and just maybe sort of short 15-20 minute live streams answering your questions about dynamics and loudness and the loudness wars and online loudness normalization, all that stuff. So subscribe to like the Dynamic Range Day page on Facebook, or the Production Advice page, or my send me a friend request, or follow me on Facebook or Twitter or wherever. I'll be putting notifications about those out, and I'll keep an eye on the questions that come in. Drop a comment in the YouTube comments if you would like, and I will try and answer some of those questions, assuming everything goes to plan. Yep, send in me your suggestions. Oh, okay, so what else can you do other than sending in questions and suggestions for the award? Basically, spread the word. Share content, whether it's stuff that you've done. Maybe you've done an album that you've made super dynamic. It'd be great if you would share that with your audience and explain why to them. You could maybe make your own why the loudness wars are crazy memes, or whatever takes your fancy. Kind of basically just make as much noise as you can, get as many people aware of the event as possible, and help spread the word. And I will just briefly share my screen to show you some of the resources that are available on the website in case you're interested. Let's switch this over. Hopefully you can see my screen there. Maybe I should. That looks okay. So here's the Dynamic Range Day website. You could just share this, but there's an about page which has a summary of what is the loudness war, why it matters, why we care about this issue. There's a research page with a ton of information about, as I say, people don't prefer louder sounds. Users don't care really about the overall loudness. They care about whether they love the music and how it sounds. There's a page where you can see previous award winners. There's the streaming loudness petition that I helped set up with Bob Katz and Elko Grimm and Matt Mayfield, who made the original Loudness War YouTube video that helped so many people find out about this issue. If you haven't already signed that, we're well over 10,000 signatures now. It would be great to boost the signatures on that. And there is the memes page where I put silly stuff up about loudness and the loudness wars, and try and get people smiling and asking questions about the issues. And hopefully I'll be adding to that this year. And there is the resources page where there are blog posts, videos, links to other websites, demonstrations, all kinds of stuff that you can take a look at and maybe share, and hopefully people would find helpful or interesting. So that's it. I really hope you could hear what I was saying, because I realized that I haven't checked my mic, and if there's a flood of messages saying, Ian, you're broadcasting in silence, I'm going to be very vexed and have to run this broadcast again. But that's it in a nutshell. Dynamic Range Day is this Friday, 27th of March. Oh, good. I can see a ton of comments coming in, and no one is saying we can't hear you, so that's good news. Thank you very much for watching. Please send me your suggestions for the award. Please send me your questions about dynamic range and loudness, and if I can, I will answer those in the webcast over the next few days. That's it. Thanks for listening.